To the first topic of the day, we have we're just going to break down each rookie quarterback. So, what did you see from the top 5 rookie quarterback performances in the preseason? I guess you could start with Zach Wilson.
So Zach Wilson looks like, I guess he was probably the most impressive of the 5. I think he was the most consistent, looked the most comfortable. Didn't really have too many throws. You're kind of like wondering, like, okay, that was a bad play. There was a bad play. Didn't really have much of that. And obviously, he was playing with the starters since he is coming in as QB1, and no one's going to take that spot. And no one else in that roster has taken the NFL snap, so they're all kind of in the same spot. But obviously, Zach Wilson taking the second pick is going to be the guy who plays. He's got a good rapport so far early on with Corey Davis. He targeted him a lot of good plays from him, and went through his reads, handled pressure pretty comfortably. Had a couple of wild throws here and there. I don't think he played in their finale. I checked the stats. I didn't watch the game yesterday, but I don't think he played in that game. So he just had the 2 preseason games, but he looked good. That's probably why he didn't play in the last game. So just from what I see, I think he's definitely towards the top as far as of the rookie quarterbacks and how they perform. He probably would be ranked towards the top.
I mean, I'm going to kind of say what a few other people have said, but Zach Wilson looks like Rodgers as far as throwing the ball. Because, you see how he, flicks it? He'll just, flick it, naturally.
Yeah, it makes
and he has, no anticipation. Like Trey Lance, he'll wind up and just whack it in there. But, Zach Wilson knows exactly, it's almost like he has a great feeling of what the receivers want, in as far as fastball, and so he'll just flick it in there, and it's always perfect every time. So he is a natural thrower. That's what I got from him. And like I said, he's definitely, I think, my best quarterback. So
yeah, it just it's preseason, so we can't have any definitive thoughts on what their career would be like off of a couple preseason games, but at least, just for this session, he definitely looks like the most comfortable. And I guess you can say the most ready to start.
The only question that I have about him, and I felt like and I know it was preseason, but in those first few drives, I don't think they have that much.
I'm sorry, you kind of went out when you said that. What did you say again? I'm sorry.
Those first few drives, I don't think they have that much at running back, like with Tevin Coleman. So that's my only question. Will the weapons be good enough?
We'll see. They drafted Michael Carter. It was a guy I liked during the draft process, so we'll see how he is. I know, Niner fans know how Tevin Coleman is. He was obviously great, with Shanahan, but he had his moments where he had times where he couldn't really get yards, especially last year. He didn't really do much. So I guess we'll see. But running back, I guess it's one of those things where you kind of have to be really bad to not perform there. And sometimes it's more an offensive line to create holes for the backs. And I think the offensive line is definitely improving.
I think Zach Wilson had a lot of pockets for sure.
So their line seems pretty solid. So the run game will likely be fine. We'll see how, Mike McDaniel. No, that's wrong. My bad. It's LaFleur, the other LaFleur. That's over there as offensive coordinator. So we'll see how he is. He's a Shanahan disciple. He wasn't the run game specialist. He was the pass game specialist. So I don't know how their run game will be. But if the scheme is the same, as long as they create holes, I think they'll be okay.
When before I cut you off, sorry, what were you going to say about the offensive line?
But yeah, their line looks solid. Obviously they invested in it. They drafted Elijah Vera Tucker. In the past draft, and they had Mekhi Becton the year before that. So, they're building this line, which is what the Jaguars need to be doing for Lawrence, because we'll get to that in a second. But I think Zach Wilson he's got a good foundation to start with.
For sure. And that's the only question with young quarterbacks that get drafted to not a developing team is, can their weapons, are their weapons solid? Can they stay solid throughout the season? I think Zach Wilson, we'll get into Trevor Lawrence later, but I think Zach Wilson definitely was put in a better situation as far as play calling and everything and the scheme fit. So that's a good segue to our next quarterback,